All right, I think we're all set. Yay. Shall we? See if anybody shows up. All right, got two. Evan Balkamp. Hello from Denver. Hey, buddy. First one of the night. Going over the questions that was asked on the comment thing that community post I posted up. I'm trying to get my ideas. Where'd you go? The concrete slabs. I need some work on that. Oh, heck. I'm sitting here reading the questions. How do you feel about four-wheel steer rift versus front steer only from 1MG? We're going to start with you. First question there. Got the stuff here as well. I love the four-wheel steer rift. I absolutely do. When I put it on mine, you notice I have not taken it off. So it adds so much more to the vehicle. But you got to do it with the Wideners rear axle so you have your drive lines right. Addicted to RC, you're back again, buddy. Heck yeah. Tires, rims for my Gatekeeper. Okay. Messages are already going pretty fast. I'm probably missing my Tim Clark. Hey, buddy. Greg. Hey, buddy. Mike Morrow, you're back. Heck yeah, man. 8-bit RC. Southern Utah, man. At least it's probably cold there, right? It's like 80 degrees here in North Florida. Jumping pics. Let's see if I jump inside of my Raminator. Octavia, you got a Raminator? Man, I want one of those, but I can't exactly drive it up inside, you know? I don't think it'll fit through a doorway, will it? Even then, I need to ramp up the stairs, and man, I'd love to get a Raminator. Might happen one day, but it'll be a different setup. I'll need a storage shed or something outside to keep that thing in. Peter Lebnitz. What's up, Illinois? All right, Commander. Hey, buddy. Brandon Flesser, have you ran the belt drive in your X-Maxx? Brandon, I have not. I have seen about 4 or 5 of them locally. 4 of them I know, and every single one of them had a skipping issue, and they've all went back to gear drive. Metal God, Max 5 or Max 6 for the X-Maxx. I would go, if you're going to go with a 2028 size 1/5 scale motor, go with the Max 5. Kelvin Burks, are you alive? Thank you, Kelvin. You've been here since the beginning. And you look at some of my ancient videos, they are horrible. Big head, 80 degrees. Yeah, it's flip-flop weather here. I can't wait for it to cool off. Winter is Florida's best season. I mean, it really is. Let's see. Want something aggressive for the Gatekeeper? Well, Black Mambas. The Black Mambas are a bit much for a Gatekeeper. I would look at maybe a set of 1.9 boggers or something. Black Mambas are a lot of tire for a Gatekeeper, buddy. Look at something like a little boggers type tire, and you can cut that lug out. That's what I would do if I was to go that way with a Gatekeeper. Guy Spencer, man, haven't seen you in a while. Where you at? Are you going to be down for the USTE? I know Guy Spencer. I used to race with him a lot, and I think I beat him one time because somebody else crashed him out. That guy can race, let me tell you. He used to like mess with me and lap me and stuff. It was horrible. Guy's awesome. Pretty sure it's the same Guy Spencer that I know. You have a cool channel, always fun to watch. Thank you, Jumping Pics. Platinum 8902. How's it hanging, Joe? Oh man, everything just jumped. Not like that. Yeah, this is the same guy. I'm not a country music guy. Don't rock that. How about we talked on Facebook the other day about the 2028? Okay, max 5, absolutely. We just got 4 inches of snow, kind of a pain. I want to get some of that fluffy snow and put my boat on it and just let it run one day. If it ever snows in Florida like that, we got big problems. Okay. What's the word on you getting Vidavon portals for the SCX6? Video is due out tomorrow. I've got them on right now. They are awesome. I can tell you guys right now, when he gets to 17, 19 portal gears, and we can actually gear it down a little bit in the portals, it'll make it that much better. They are awesome. 18 millimeters taller and 18 millimeters wider per side. So you get that stance out. In fact, that's them right there. I kind of made a mistake though. I went with the black portals. I should have went with the silver or something that you guys could see on video, but I wanted to match the diff cover, you know, for a nice look and all that. So, DC Johnson, loving the DDA. Thank you, buddy. How can I get a set of decals? I'm gonna comment right here my email. Let's see that. What I need is your mailing address. Exocaged. Oh, I messed up on my email. Exocagedrc@yahoo.com. You got to send me an email, and I will get you some out. But I need your mailing address. Love the new track in the back. Oh, there we go. Exocagedrc@yahoo.com. I have a special skill. I'm invincible. I used to be. Good evening, Joe. Love your channel content, brother. Thank you, Riffraffs RC. VMB Speed. Hello, good to see you doing live. Woohoo! Awesome, man. You can see portals in the pic. Would you guys like me to bring that down and kind of show you guys up close? I can do that. Yes, I'm wearing shorts. All right. It's a lot taller. I've got to do a mod on it. Let's see if I can get this up here. See a little bit of them. I should have went with a silver so we could see it a little bit better. It's hard to get this, and this thing is getting heavier and heavier. You can see a little bit right there. So, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even fit in here very well, so I've got to get the shocks moved down. And once I get those moved down, which I've got the deal I'm going to use, I'm going to print some spacers doing the shock shafts so they can move the shock cups, the spring retainers up a little bit so you keep them the same orientation. Should go right on. All right, does Castle cover their ESC in any of those fires? Mike, they had issues, especially with the XLX, because I believe that's what you're referring to. They started denying some of them, and they were blaming the battery plugs, which I don't know. I don't believe they were covering the vehicle loss. They were blaming the battery plugs, and what I found odd on that was if the battery plugs were the limiting factor, then that means they were like a fuse. Why weren't the battery plugs burnt up, but the ESC was? If you got a dead short, it's going to blow apart whatever is the weakest in that line, whether it's a fuse, a small gauge wire, or a bad connection. I was kind of iffy on that myself. Luckily, I've got 3 XLXs and I've not had a bit of issue. So, been lucky on that. Gabriel, well, everything jumped. But I want to go try the nasty. It's back there, buddy. I have not got the SCX6 across it yet. Got really close on this last drive, though, and you guys will see that tomorrow. What is this? It worth the money for a giant crawler? Glenn, I did not think so when I got it. Big, bulbous, overgrown scale truck. But now that I've got it, it's awesome. And with these portals now, possibly 38, maybe 3,900. So it's closing in on the DBXLE. Is there a way to widen the Gatekeeper? If you guys put the wideners on there, you end up with a lot of wheel scrub, and that can really hurt things. The tire goes, you got the tire right here, and you turn it, you get this number right here, right? You put the wideners on there, get out from the access point of the steering knuckle, you end up with this right here. And you have a lot more leverage on your servo, the arm, the servo saver, the axle, the C-hub, the bearings. You can get into the chassis, you can get into the slider, you have to cut the fenders out. I don't really care for wideners very much. That is not really my thing. So personally, if you really wanted to widen the Gatekeeper, you really wanted to widen it, go to eBay, see if maybe Lumidave 32 has a set of Wraith axles. That would be the proper way to do it, but it's probably not going to be the cheapest when you can get a set of wideners for, $10 bucks. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Everything just jumped down here. Probably going to miss a few of you guys. How does the plug do that by Mike Morrow? Exactly. My thoughts exactly. All right. So looks like we got the gallon of moose. Castle motors are exclusively Y wound. So it was an oversight on their part not to program for the Delta. You are correct. And also the higher KVs. Maybe that was the Delta thing. The big 1100 was pushing it. Vendetta 3S. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Enjoy the scenery. Steady right there. Woo, I'm back. All right. Where are we at? What did I miss? All right, you should put an MGM ESC system in the DBXLE by Peter Verholst. Buddy, I've actually considered that. The expense is very high for MGM, but they're not really built for bashing. At least that's what I've been told by a few guys that run them. They're more for speed cars and just really pushing the limits. The way I jump and beat things around, I don't think the MGM is a good fit for me. And I don't really like the Flyer 16 SESCs either. Big Head RC, yes. I see your question right here. I'm glad you brought that up. Broken up sidewalks, different slabs, just broken up. Most of that back there was actually brought back when I was doing the real trucks. So like real trucks, I was driving over these things, and it just kind of stayed there. And then we dug them all out, made everything into an RC course, and then with some concrete and all that stuff. So that's kind of how the concrete slabs and all got there. Hello, Star Quest 87. Hey, buddy. And my HPI 5B that I converted to electric because of your video. Buddy, you put that big old castle in there. When I had my 5B, I think you're talking about the two-wheel drive, yeah, the HPI. Dude, I put the sand tires on that thing and it would ride up, man. It was such an awesome sight to see that thing wheelie. Speaking of sand tires, Power Hobby. You got these Rooster 22.8s. These right here have the 12 millimeter adapter in them. See that in there. These are belted sand paddles. And you guys will be seeing these videos. I think I got 4 videos made of these X-Maxx paddles. Look at these things right here. they are belted as well, and they drive really, really good. I put them on the X-Maxx, of course. I don't think it was quite modified at that point, but on the X-Maxx, and I did it on the Creighton ADS as well. So you guys will be seeing those videos. I'll probably try to get 2 of them up tomorrow and 2 of them up Thursday. All right, guy, catch you later. Make your way down to USTE 2022. For all you scale guys, you got to get down there for that. It's just awesome. Who rocked through a 5? Hey, buddy. Are you and your family have a great night? Buddy, we did. Hope you had a great one too. Yep, got on a moose, belted paddles. And I will tell you, I spun these things as hard as I could. They did not expand. They did not blow up. Everything stayed seated. So very impressive. So really impressed with that. Also, for the X-Maxx, I got the big bulkhead by Vidavon. This thing is beefy. Got that. The Vidavon motor mount for the X-Maxx. So that's a nice, neat design change. See how that goes. So I got to get that installed. I've got the Vidavon 1.5 gears in the 25-30 ratio. And that's awesome because you got that little piece that sticks out that kind of supports the end of the shaft. So that's pretty good. My AC just kicked on. Yeah, this is Florida. So that's probably what you're going to hear in the background. Picra, what's up, Joe? Forgot to hit you up while you were in Georgia. Yeah, buddy, I was busy too. I did get to go run with Steady Spin though. Yeah, that was awesome. Had that park and all that. 217 Nick O asked a question on the comment thing. Anti-foams versus Proline dual stage on an 8+ pound crawler. When you start talking that much weight, you can put the tuning rods in, but you're pretty much going to fill up the anti-foam. You're just not going to fill that thing up. You'll still benefit from the lack of side roll from the anti-foams, but for something that heavy, I'd probably consider the Prolines for that one. And I really, really like the anti-foams. Really do. Okay, let's see what we got here. No worries, I'm there. Guy Spencer. Can't wait to see you, man. I'll bring the e-buggy. What body is on the yellow X-Maxx? That is actually the Proline Ford Raptor body, and it is beat up. I've got a brand new red body X-Maxx sitting over there that I'm going to put on when I do the gears and motor mount and all that. So it'll be kind of like a fresh body along with all that as well. You got a question. You prefer the UDR or SBR 2.0? Contemplating selling the UDR for SBR. This is by Price Andrew. All right, Price Andrew. Yeah. I had the SBR 1.0. I had the UDR. I sold the 1.0. I kept the UDR. Right now, I've got the SBR 2.0, as you guys know. I've got all kinds of Vidavon on that. The UDR, which is actually right here. I got to find some stickers for it. I want you guys to see this. It's not bolted down yet, but this is the carbon body for the UDR. All kinds of Vidavon. Just put a new chassis on this as well. So yeah, I've got that body on there. I want to put some stickers on it so it looks like a truck body when it comes time to actually drive the thing. It's like a $400 body. So, and there's only about 50 of them made. I believe you get them on AliExpress as well, or contact Arthur Singh directly. So, yeah. If I had to choose right now, like brand new box stock UDR versus brand new SBR 2.0, they both have their strong points. They both have their weaknesses. The SBR is really loud, kind of obnoxious. It has great handling potential, but kind of misses the mark. The UDR is, those planetaries make things a little bit weird as far as driving it, but it also has a lot of potential to it. A little bit easier to handle. When you go to spin it out, you can throttle it because the rear end has a spool in it. If I had to choose one or the other, I'd probably go with the UDR right now. That's kind of a tough one. That was a tough one. What do you think about taking the smaller concrete pieces and making a mini? Oh my God, Robert Rye. I'm not approving that message, Robert Rye. Okay. Everything jumped again. My internet is slow. Picra, I was going to answer somebody. It's a Sam Paul. Am I pulling the cage off the wrist so you can see how many amps the Sam Pauls took? When I ran them on that, I did not check any of that. But yes, a Sam Paul will pull more amps, so you may have to adjust your gearing accordingly. Picra, Joe, I remember last year asking you to do a live. You said no one would watch. Here we are, 84 watching. Picra, you're right, buddy. I underestimated the whole live thing. I did a few videos where people posted their questions and I took them and I answered them and all that. And although that was a one-shot deal, you know, kind of like what I'm doing right now, except recorded and put it out, this is way more interactive. Way more interactive. 71 in Tuscaloosa, John Sexton, RC Hobbies United. How about how I'm impressed about the belted paddles? Yeah, buddy, you guys are going to like these things. They hook up good. And I want to show you something that they did to kind of help keep these things from ripping. If you look at the tops right there, that's good and thick. Also, the sides are good and thick. So hopefully you won't have the rip like what you get with like the Traxxas UDR tire sand paddle, which I've got quite a few of them, and they're all ripped right there. So hopefully over time, as I run these and really break these things in, hopefully they'll hold up and they won't rip. So really looking forward to it. Oh, Sean Larman, you are my hero. If you knew what Robert Rice said, I'll tell you later. Or you can text me and I'll tell you. Sean Larman. Sean is the Jack's RC recycle and repair guy. He does all kinds of repairs, obviously. He's a dealer for all kinds of stuff. So if you guys can get with him at Jack's RC recycle and repair, you can order just about anything. And he's also a collector of, I want to say relics. I don't want to say junk, but relics, like old HPI stuff and parts and pieces for vehicles that aren't mainstream anymore. It's possible he may actually have what you need. So yeah, that might be who you need to get a hold of. Man, I'm missing, and these comments are moving. Have you tried the Proline crawler trenchers? Yeah, buddy. I got the 1.9. This is from Daniel Realtek. Yeah, I've got the 1.9s on. I think that's the. Yep, I got the 1.9 trenchers there, and on Thor right beside it are the 2.2 trenchers. They're both in the G8 compound, and they hook up really good. I see no reason to go with the Predator compound. Thanks for viewing the Proline 2-stage. They are awesome. Yep, they are really awesome. Thank you. The size of the SBR 2.0 is awesome by Mike Morrow. Yeah, it's a monster beast, and I love the way the thing moves. It's just for some reason, I kind of like the UDR. All right, Sean Larman posted again. And Joe, you are my hero. You're mine, buddy. Keep it going. Brizzle, what do you think about the Master X versus the Badlands on Outcast 8S? Personally, I would choose the Badlands. The Master X's are really awesome, but they seem much better suited for something really big like the DBXLE you see right here. And like what I just showed on a video. They work really good on that. When I had them on the X-Maxx, it kind of seemed like they were getting the job done, but they left a little bit to be desired. Price hands through. The carbon is awesome. Yeah, buddy. Digging the December drywall. Thank you, Jason. Alfred Kellis, where are you streaming from? I am from Jackson, or just west of Jacksonville, Florida, in a little town called Middleburg. In my guest room. That's my whole shop, is a spare bedroom. Dana Sir, hey Joe, thanks for the paint code. You're welcome, buddy. I like the Tamiya Lexan paints or polycarbonate paints. Sean, I was talking about Joe, not you. No, you was not, Robert. I saw what you posted, or you tried to post. Wow, I got a plug. Oh man, Sean, put up your email address. Maybe somebody can send you a message for some of these old parts, some old relics that you like to collect and sell off. I believe it's Jack's RC Recycle. RC Recycle. I don't know. It's got a long one. Email address. Jelly Bean, you made it. Yes, you are. Oh, I'm actually caught up with all the comments. I was. Sean, he is always shouting you out. Thank you, Picra. I appreciate that. Any questions can be asked. So, what do you do for a living? I am actually a mechanic. I work on general plant maintenance, stuff like that. So, I work on all kinds of stuff. For the month of December, with the whole drywall, until today, I had to go back to work. I was off since Thanksgiving, so I had a lot more time, and I was still busy from wake up to go to sleep. And sleep was usually around midnight, trying to get the videos done, edited, building the track, all that stuff. Sean has been there, or been back to the track. Titusville, Florida. Hey, buddy. Mr. Rourke. TRS Trucks Syndicate. I want to see a SCX24 video next. Build it for real, though. The SCX24s are neat, but man, it's just like I'm interested, but not totally into them. You know, I mean, the little bouncer there is pretty neat. They're neat, but I don't know. I prefer the larger vehicles, in all honesty. What do you think 2022 will bring to the RC world? It's going to be hard to beat 2021. A lot of awesome stuff. I think in 2022, you'll see a few different models evolving to the modern times. It's possible we may actually see a new X-Maxx with the wide kit and all already on it, just like what they did with the Max. Probably get another body on a TRX4. Probably get another body on an SEX 10.3. But every time I look at that, this is from Kells RC, you know, it's like, what can they do? And then they pop out this stuff. It's like, holy cow. I know the Losi LMT is just fantastic. Love that truck. Bradley Carvin, building my Rift kit. Awesome. All right, you got a GT3C. That'll be 3 channels. For the Rift, I actually run the GT5 as a gyro on the front of it. How far from Hollywood, Florida? I used to know a guy that lived down towards Hollywood, Florida. I want to say it was about an hour and a half. Just look up the zip code 32068. That's Robert Teist. Enoch Baker, Sup from South Carolina. Anti-foams versus, or ATL foams versus anti-foams. Which do you like better? For my vehicles and the weights, the anti-foams seem to perform better. The ATL foams are, in my opinion, a little bit more for a more heavier vehicle, more trail oriented. At least that's my thoughts, but you know, I only have back there to run, at least generally. So you want to see an updated X-Maxx beyond a wide kit. Picra, in all honesty, I want to see an X-Maxx come out with a wide kit. I want a real fifth scale motor, and I want Traxxas's version of a Max 5 in there. I want to see the thing come with real power out of the box. It's $1,000 for that thing now. They should bump up that power a little bit. They're adequately powered out of the box, but they need a little bit more. On the Rift, have you heard rubbing noise? Well, the tires clear everything. I haven't noticed anything I would call rubbing on the Rift. Excuse me. Coca-Cola Cherry. 100 people. I'm just saying with Creeker. Yes, sir. Leo Conrad, Joe from Canada, liking the lives. Thank you, buddy. Definitely a different thing for me here. I want to get this set up to where I can be further away so I can actually maybe work on something, you know, kind of piddle with something. But I got to tell you, I wouldn't be able to mess with too much. Getting you guys answered on this is pretty busy. Oh man, everything's going. A 1.6 TRX6. I really hope, a big head. I really hope we get an expansion in the 1.6 RC world. Aha, Robert Rye tried again. Greetings from SoCal. If you could only get one crawler, if I was starting over, fresh from the start, brand new, but knew how to drive RCs, I'd probably go for the Ecto. It's an awesome truck, and it doesn't take much to make it perform. Look at a little alfalfa here or there. Robert, enjoy your videos. Thank you, Robert. 8-bit RC. Oh boy, everything just jumped. Now that you've got the Exoplex all cleared out and opened up, you could do some smaller scale RC airplane stuff. Yes, I've got 2 planes. I've got the little one sitting right there, and I got a 3D plane. I meant to fly them during December, but in all honesty, I just didn't have time enough to get out there, and I should have. But yeah, I have flown, and the 3D is nerve-wracking because it's been a year since I put that thing up in the air. Joe McKenzie, brother, these lives are awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. SoCal, yep, I got you. Took me a second. Chris Glunio, Giangelo, I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, buddy. Stephen Unser, hi from the west of Oregon. West of Oregon, man. Correct, Virus. We need a 1.6 Rift. Man, that would be awesome. I want to see a solid axle X-Maxx. I want to see something on that scale. That would be awesome. Probably $1,400 though. Knowing how Traxxas would price that thing. Seeing weekly repairs would be cool. Yeah, I've had to do some from the Driveline event. In fact, I've got a couple videos where I swapped to a 8S ESC in the Mojave with a 2200 kV motor. I took the big 1.6 scale 1650 out, and in the Typhon, which is up above, I put a Monster X and a Sensor 2200 in it. So I do got to get those up. Robert Rye, legit question. SCX 10.3 TRX4 or newer G-Made TRX4? That will be the answer for that one. Remember, fellas, it took Axial 2 years to develop. Yep, it does take these guys a while to get these vehicles put together, testing and all that. You got to understand, when these companies put out these vehicles, they never want to put something out and have the plastic be mixed wrong, like what happened with the Rift. They never want to put it out and have the axles falling apart like what the LMT had. That is not something they planned for, and it's really hurts them. They do not plan for that. So it's possible when they had the vehicles out to the testers that they send them out to, the axial, the plastic was correct. The fibers was in there. The fiber content was right. And then when they started mass producing, sometimes things happen. Sometimes you get like the demo model, and well, that's not as good as the production. So kind of one of those things. Yes, Roberts. Yeah, Tower Hobbies has the LMT RTR for $100 off. The roller is 70 off. That is pretty darn awesome. Yeah, LMT absolutely is awesome. Robots and hobbies. Okay, everything jumped again. I'm out of Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania by Chris. It's Giangulio. All right. Chris Giangulio. I'm sorry, when I see something, I try to pronounce it the way it's written, so that kind of messes me up sometimes. Tom Middleton, what's up, Joe from Tennessee, hey, buddy. Joe McKenzie, Northern Ontario, Canada is negative 15 tonight, about a half foot and a half of snow. We only have sand here in Florida. Do you think Traxxas by Daniel Realtek will release a TRX4 2.0 first or new bodies for the original? Buddy, unless you've heard something I have not heard of any 2.0 TRX4. I have not. Unless you've heard of something that I don't know about. How about a 6S Creighton for the channel? The 6S Creighton, I've got diff issues with the Mojave, and they don't like to survive very much on that. And I believe the 6S Creighton has the same diffs. And my buddy Gary had a 6S Creighton, and he would barely get one run, and they were just destroyed. So after seeing his problems with that vehicle and the diff issues that I've got with mine, I'm kind of not too keen on doing that. Now with the Typhoon, with the small tires, the diffs have been perfectly fine. Mr. J, Baltimore, hey buddy. Element Gatekeeper with a body swap versus Ecto. I believe you'd have about the same thing, wouldn't you? Monster Trucks, Chris, 5-being Clodbusters. Yep, I put my Clodbuster December drywall video up the other day. Thoughts on the Axial Wraith Spawn? It's an older platform, decent, buildable to no end, but it's kind of an older platform at this point in time. I expect that to be phased out and to put Rift stuff in there. You know, saw that. I expect that whole driveline to be updated along with the SMT10s. So they'll probably come out with 2.0s or 3.0 versions of those. Have you thought about the SX24 monster truck conversion? I saw that, Tony, CCXRC. That looks phenomenal. Yeah, that is on my mind. That's cool. The fact that it's got some speed to it and it can kind of hop and bump, that is neat. So that is really on my mind, actually. I'm glad you mentioned that. That was Leo Conrad. Axial better have something up their sleeves because the last few rigs were meh. Element and Vanquish are more innovative right now. Not so sure about the Element as the Ecto. I love it, but it's kind of a Gatekeeper with a different body. But Vanquish is on it right now. That Phoenix is awesome. Really like the Phoenix, like the Ecto 2, but it's more of a simple vehicle. Do you have any other vintage RCs? By Matt Harris. Not really at this point. I did have a Frog a while back. I'm not sure what I did with that. I know it's no longer in my possession. David Bigot Sr., did you have a lot of problems with your Losi Tenacity DB Pro? Well, I never had the DB Pro, but I had the laser nut, and absolutely all kinds of problems. Yeah, diffs, ring pinions, the bearings going into the bulkheads. Yeah, I definitely had some issues with that, but it wasn't the DB Pro, so maybe they were a little bit different. How about that Proline KO2? Was that you that asked about that earlier? Yeah, I believe it was. Your comments look familiar. I looked at that today, and it's like the BFG All-Terrain. Very close tread. I could try them. I could give them a try. I mean, they probably do really good on dry, grippy rocks, but in the dirt, they'll probably clog up. Can you do a video on soldering cap packs? My soldering skills are not up to par for me to video that. I can get it done, but you guys probably don't want to see how I do it. I use like a hammer, a chisel, and a grinder. No. But yeah, I am not the world's best soldering. Best gears to run for drag with the 2900 kV. Buddy, I am not a drag racer. I don't know what to tell you on that. Joe Girding's back. Hey, man. Joe Sexton coming to Scale Nationals in Alabama early April. I doubt it. but Alabama isn't that far, I don't think. If I come out there, I'll probably just kind of watch a little bit. Sorka has some rules that I really don't agree with, like backing up and stuff like that. So, will any other bodies fit on the Vanquish Phoenix? Well, it's a 12.3-inch wheelbase. I have a video where I put the body from SV2, which is the Pro Line cliffhanger body. It went on it, and it really performed great. Troy's Hobbies. Hey, man. What's up, buddy? Yep, it's Tuesday, right? I think it is. I really hope track says Arma. Anyone have an answer to the SEX6? Me too, RC Hobbies. Me too. I hope somebody does respond and build that out. And maybe we'll see the Red Cat Clawback come back. All right, let's see here. Thoughts on the RebelCon 110 Jeep? I'm not sure that I've seen that. If you're ever in Pennsylvania, check out RC Misfits in Bucks County. Okay. I hope I do get to check that out. One day I want to be able to travel and really do some stuff. Now that you acquired a shirt, looks like I have to get one. Yeah, I've got some work to do on this thing. It's actually over here. I've been messing with it a little bit. One of the motor gearboxes is locked up, so I got to figure that out, how to open all that up. But when I do this on the video, you'll see everything. Everything will be opened up and all that. Probably change the radio out in it. Probably go to my normal Hack Fly Sky. It's a pretty neat looking vehicle. But electronics wise, I think I can update that a little bit. All right, look at those. Yeah, they are expensive. Will the VS410 Portal at $499 ever be in stock? Yeah, when people quit buying them out every time they see them. I think A-Main has just got them on hold coming in sometime. I know I was like trying to get on that pre-order as soon as I got that thing, and I was one of the lucky ones to get it. New to the crawler world, it's a blast by Derek. Douglas, I can't afford 216 crawlers. Me neither, really, but I bet something from Arma or Traxxas, you can bet your butt I'll get it. Sounds like my soldering skills. Kells RC, yep. Art, man, I would love to see a 1.6 Rift. And in all honesty, all we really need is a cage for that. You know? I mean, really? The Driveline is there. It just needs a chassis, right? Thanks for all the hard work. Have you got into 3D printing? Yes, I've done some 3D printing. I don't have any CAD skills at all. So I've got to use other files and stuff like that. Do I think the $15 to $20 Holmes motors are the best bang for the buck? Dude, they are awesome. Phenomenal. The 13-turn Crawlmaster Sport 540 is just phenomenal. The 10 and 12-turn Crawlmaster Sport 550s, also awesome. Probably get it too. Traxxas 1.6, yeah. Guess I'm a little late. Just saw live from Houston, Texas. Hello, no free rides. Bill Darris. All right. Douglas, Robert, did you start printing the SEX6 axle stands yet? No, buddy, I have not, but I plan to very soon. I have not had a chance to even mess with a printer. I just got back from Atlanta, driving there, and then today was first day back to work. And well, needless to say, I've been busy. If cases solve the problem with your laser nut. Did David Vaughn, I'm assuming you say, did Vida Vaughn diff cases solve the problem with your laser nut? Yes, they hold the gears better, and he uses larger bearings, especially at the pinion gear. That solved all my issues with those. Just awesome. I got to actually respond to liking it. Yeah, I had a Wraith a while back. Not following the mist, already foamy to come to sleep. Oh, looks like you're about to get some sleep, Mr. Gregory. Oh, it's 1:42 a.m. Yeah, buddy, get some sleep. Have you ever had a Losi 5T? I had the 30° north version of that, and that was a long time ago. It was awesome, but I just couldn't get into the gas of it. Ended up selling it off. I shattered a hex in my half-ton rift and half on my rift. Yeah, I've done that. I've also got a broken hex in my SCX6, by the way, too. I went on to A-Main, and Samex actually has some brass ones now, so I ordered those. And I don't really need the brass, but you know what? Hey, it's going to be better than the pop metal hexes that come on the SCX6. So, once I get done with this, I got to set that video up, get those links in there and all that, which I put links down in all my videos. So you guys see what something you like, it's usually down there. You should put together a 1/5 scale hybrid basher using Arma, Traxxas, and Losi parts. I also do a 1/5 scale basher using Arma, Traxxas, and Losi. Peter, you may see something like that. I can't say anymore. Something like that may be in the works. Not from me. But anyway, would you like to see a solid axle monster truck from Traxxas? Absolutely. Something to compete with the LMT. Yes. Troy's Hobbies. Yes. Something to compete with the LMT and then something larger. The UDR axles, those are awesome because you have the planetary, you have less torque twist and all that. It's like a 9-to-1 or something ratio. That would be phenomenal to have a solid axle out of that. So yes, Troy's Hobbies. Yeah, for real. Hi, can you run the Typhon with Badlands again? Yeah, I've actually got that video uploaded and it's open to the members right now. But yeah, that is coming up very soon. And it's got a Mamba Monster X ESC and a 2200 kV motor in it right now as well. Could Thor take down the SCX6 or would the size not work for the same lines? When it comes to crawling, Thor would eat the SCX6's lunch. SCX6 just needs to stay out of the way. Put it that way. Thor's awesome. Phenomenal. I'm real happy with how that one came out. Got a 1/10 Reese Raw 500 with aluminum adapter put on the X-Maxx. See how it performs on 6 volts. It's going to be a lot faster. Overall torque may be a little bit lower, but what you're going to end up with is the bell crank, the servo saver, is going to limit your servo's ability to turn. It's going to give. But if you've got the 2085X, then you've also got the stiffer spring. Make sure you put that in there. Yes, Bethany, I'm going to run the Typhon again with Badlands. Absolutely. What links are good for a conversion for a deadbolt to 12.3? I have never done that. So honestly, Matt, I don't know what to tell you on that. If I had done that conversion, I'd be able to tell you, but I don't know about that one. Alex M, I just finished my X-Maxx with 1100 kV and M2C mount. Very nice. 2950 gearing, and it's way too much. Gearing recommendations with trenchers. Whoa, trenchers. Are they the ones that expand like this? If that's the case, you're going to have to gear that thing down. That's a lot of weight, a big heavy tire, and they do backflips great. But I've tried them one time, took them off, and gave them right back. I borrowed them from a buddy. He had them on his Creighton 8S, and just having overheat issues. Cannot keep the thing cool. He was running those tires. I think they got a lighter set that's maybe belted now. Did you use 2 rear axles on Thor? Nope. It had the Rift front and then the Rift mirror rear axle by Vitavon. So it's a legit 4-wheel steer setup on that. Have you tried the SCX6 tires on Thor? No, but I can guarantee you they are huge on Thor. somebody put the SCX6 tires, they put them on their LMT, and it was just bulbous, just huge. So I wasn't able to, it was just, well, it was way too much for that too. Fishing, what do you think they may come out with 2022? Honestly, I don't know. It's going to be pretty hard to follow the Phoenix right now. The Phoenix came out with a lot of features. It's a really good running truck. Who would have guessed being able to select your overdrive amounts would be that nice? Very, very nice truck. Can you do a 12S limitless? I had a limitless. I run it on 8S one time. Awesome, but ended up trading it for a boat and ended up giving the boat to my son-in-law for Christmas. What tires are you getting for the SCX6? The Hyrax XLs, they might happen. Other than the foams, I really have no issue with the stock tires. They hook up really good, in my opinion, especially for my terrain. But it'll probably be I might get the Hyrax. If I get the Hyrax, I'll put those on a set of V2 Vidavon beadlock wheels. Hopefully they'll fit. I haven't even tried them yet. Hopefully they kept the beads decent. Not like what they did with the UDR Hyrax. Kind of a mess up there. Losi Nightcrawler. On your TJ Miller, on your Losi Nightcrawler, they had a problem when they first came out. The pitch on the worm gear was a little bit wrong for the bull gear and the axle, so there's having a lot of heat issues with that. Hopefully yours is one of the later editions, so you don't have that problem. You'll find out pretty quick if you do. Alex M, thank you, buddy. Thor needs bigger tires. Oh, they're pretty darn beefy for what it is. Big old 5.75 trenchers, I believe it is. Brad Robertson, hey, buddy. Great bunch of videos you put up for December. Thank you, NorCal RC. Bunch of videos. Could I fit a TSP, a TP motor on a Centon TSP? I'm not sure what TSP means right there. You probably got limited space in a Centon. I've never had that vehicle, so I don't know what to tell you on that. Tips for keeping tires glued down on a 6S Typhon. Quality tire glue. Clean the beads of the tires, the wheels, and hope for the best. The Typhon is a wild little beast. Just use some quality, legit tire glue. Your dollar store super glue is not the same. Works for slower vehicles, but that 6S Typhon on 6S is pretty darn awesome. Hyrax Rock Ray Edition. Now the Hyrax XL Rock Ray Edition, Douglas, I've seen a few videos of those, and it was like the compound was so hard that they did worse than the stock tires by a lot. One of them was going up this little rock area, and the guy couldn't get up it for nothing, and the guy with the stock tires walked up it like he was on pavement. And I think they changed the compound for the actual SCX6. So you got to soap them up to get them on the Vidavon wheels. What to see about that one? Maybe one day. Michael Lilly, pulling front and rear input and bearing ring gears and diffs them at 800 kV X-Maxx like crazy. Are you letting off the throttle when you land? That is a huge thing. You got to watch your throttle. If you're ripping backflips and you're bringing it around, let off that throttle, tap that brake just a little bit, right a split second before you land. You can save a lot of driveline components. If you're holding that throttle all the way around and that thing hits, it's shock loading the system, and I think that's where you're probably having your problems. We do break ring and pinions in the X-Maxx, but not that much, in all honesty. They take a beating. Proline belted Badlands 2.0 stand up, 2.8 stand up to the Typhon 6S. Yeah, I've got the regular, it's overhead right there. I got the regular e-buggy ones, and so far they have stayed on. They have stayed on. Mirror Deep, your track is awesome, thank you. TJ Miller, no heat issues on the Losi yet. Ran it for over an hour the other day. It is pretty slow. Trailing on 2S. I'm going to try to run on 3S. Okay, good deal. That's good news. Maybe you got the newer version. Douglas Robert, I have them on mine. They do really well in the snow. Yeah, I got them before the G8 version came out. Okay. So the G8 version will definitely have the better compound for the SCX6. What tires do you recommend for the DB Pro? I'm not sure what size tires the DB Pro has, as I've never had that. So I don't really know what to say other than if Proline makes them and they make the wheel and you can get them already set up, it might be worth it because they're holding up really good for me so far on the DBX, on the Typhon. So yeah. O-T to the B to the C. Hi from Norway. Hey, buddy. That's way across the pond. Still slow. Is 750 good for a used Creighton 8S with Power Hobby battery, 7200 dynamite dual charger, and a Proline brute body? Parts wise, I would have to say yes, but check out that chassis, Matt Harris. And those chassis are known to bend. You end up with some weird driveline issues. Check the suspension arms. They have a tendency to bend and flex. Let me show you mine. I just changed these out for the RPM ones. Hopefully they hold. Look at that. Rear arms on my Creighton 8S. So when I showed it, kind of leaned up with the X-Maxx to X-Maxx, and the rear was just all towed in. That's what it was. This is the other side. Now the new RPM ones are perfectly straight. So yeah, the arms are an issue with that. So what's next for Creep 6? I don't know if there's anything I need to do to it. I mean, maybe a metal front axle housing. Maybe. Hey, Operation 11 Charlie's here. Heck yeah. Hey, buddy. Yeah, buddy, man. I'm glad to see you. Ian Chandler brought a Mini Max V2. Arrives Thursday. Is it worth running Traxxas batteries to keep their warranty? When it comes to warranties, what I generally, I'm shaking the thing a little bit here. What I generally do is I run an adapter. I get 1 to 2 runs, and at that point, I feel that, you know, I'm good because I'm usually going to start modifying it after that. But if it messes up on that first run, at that point, I will contact the manufacturer and say, hey, this is what happened, you know, what that. But it's when I start modifying stuff, warranty's out the door. I mean, even if they would cover it, I don't call them. You know, it's just, I've already modified it, you know, usually a lot. Let me see. But Traxxas batteries to keep warranty. I don't know, man. That's kind of your call on that. I don't have any Traxxas batteries at all. Sorry, Lizzie. Did you settle on which upgraded springs you plan on using by Steve N? No, I'm still running the stock springs. I have not actually ordered any springs yet. But I do know I need to stiffen them up a lot. I meant TP power, yeah. Yeah, if it's if there's enough room in it, Kills, you know, I can try it, but I've never had that vehicle, so I don't know. Are you going to get a low C Mini T or B and make it 3S? Bethany, I don't have any plans to get that. All right, awesome having 11 Charlie RC, Operation 11 Charlie in here. That's awesome. Avonic 5,000 milligrams. When you go and it performed well, I was going to get a Gens, but so many people say, why buy the more expensive ones? Fish and RC. When it comes to crawlers and some bashers, I do have some expensive batteries. I expect more out of them than the cheap batteries, but the cheap batteries, a lot of times they seem to perform very well. But when you're talking about a 5,000 milliamp 4S, like what I generally run a lot of, it's not going to give me the runtime. It'll give me what I need to show whatever I'm showing. It charges fast and all that, but it's not going to perform like a nice high-end 8,000. So NorCal RC, well, I think you may have said it right there, buddy. Any more good upgrades from my sons? Everest 10, all metal gears and transcase. Well, looks like you're doing pretty good, TJ Miller. Douglas Roberts, Hooligans, what do you think about running earplugs in the front and rear diff of the DBXLE? I think I have some in there, but what I did was I used a little bit of the 20 million Traxxas oil when I had them apart, and then I put some earplug in there. That vehicle is so big and so heavy, it didn't really make a difference. But if you're going to do that, make sure you leave some oil in there because the earplugs do not lubricate anything. So leave some in there so they'll mix and actually do some kind of lubricating on them gears, the shafts, and stuff like that. At least that's what I do. When I do the earplugs, usually I take the diff apart, dump it over, leave it sit for a few minutes, and then all the residue in there, I just put the earplugs on top of that. It mixes up and still lubricates a little bit, but it's not like, you know, straight oil. Do you like better Rift or LMT? I drive the Rift more, so I guess I got to go with the Rift. But that LMT is awesome, especially when you roll it over and you get that tire on the ground, you monster truck it up. Oh, that's awesome. All right. What shocks did you end up running on Thor? Those are actually this is by RC Addict. Those are actually the GT shocks by Traxxas off of a four-wheel drive Rustler. The rear shocks are on the front and the front shocks are on the back, so they are all big bore. I had to have those shocks for the dampening and the progressive spring rate. The Capra springs and shocks was not progressive enough to hold the vehicle. So I had to bump that up quite a bit. And luckily, I had a Rustler four-wheel drive a while back, and I kept the shocks when I got rid of it. So I found them in the bag and bolted them right on. So did you ever try FPV for drones or trucks? I did do FPV by Douglas Roberts a few times with one of the crawlers a while back. I've got an old set of Fat Sharks, so they're old tech. And it was really neat, except for it was night and I was trying to use the lights and I somehow ended up way back in the woods, like really back in the woods. So I basically lost that truck and had to go in the woods at night. I finally saw the lights from the truck. That was quite the thrill. Looks like I'm caught up here. Oh, here's a good one from Neverstock RC. Why does Reefs charge so much more for a rebranded AGF RC servo? Do you have an actual website we can order Vidavon parts? We don't have to wait for the boat from China. I need a Creighton 8S servo saver. I may actually have a used 8S servo saver in the bin. Maybe I have to look at that. Why does Reefs charge so much more for a rebranded servo? Name brand recognition. It's like buying a set of Nike shoes versus something that Walmart has. They could be the exact same thing, but you're paying for the name. Also, AGF rebrands a lot of different servos, a lot of them. So a lot of these servos you see popping up, these name brands, these high-end servos, they pretty much come from AGF. I just recently found out there's another brand of servo that is totally not AGF, a very high end. And I've been talking to them a little bit, working on trying to get something a little more appropriate for the SCX6. Yeah, more appropriate than the Beast 2000. Let's hope it happens. But each rebrand, they go through AGF and they actually spec out what they want. There are different levels of boards, pins, the grade of the pin, the grade of the gears, the gear material, all that stuff. All that plays a role in the actual servo price. And when you're in business, you're buying the servo for 50. Well, now you got the servo for 50. You need to make a profit. You got a business, you've got overhead, you've got employees. Even if it's paying your own mortgage, you are the employee. So you have to look at, you have an investment. You have to buy maybe 100, 200 of these servos at one time. It's a huge investment. You've got to make that money back by the time your mortgage or rent is due, right? So a lot of that goes into the pricing of these servos. Plus you have the market. What will the market bear as far as servo pricing, this and that and all that? So a lot of it goes into the price. A lot of it is the quality. I've spoken with Reef quite a few times, and he has assured me many times that he chooses the absolute most high-end components in all of his servos. I know some people can break anything. There are some people out there, you can give them a steel ball this big and a 3-ounce rubber mallet, and they'll flatten that ball. It just kind of happens. And when you sell so many of a product, especially electronic, you're going to have a one or two that are going to be bad. And with modern day internet and Facebook, you sell 100 of this servo, one of them's bad. The 99 guys are, okay, cool, I'm good. But that one bad, it kind of echoes around and makes it look like there's more. But hopefully I'm not going off on a tangent here, but yeah, he does charge a premium for his servos. Now, as far as the Vidavon parts go, email me at exocagedrc@yahoo.com, and I'll see what I can do for you on that. I'll go check, see if I have that one when I get done with all this. We're halfway into it, so we are good until 9 o'clock. Okay, I gotta get back on this. I kind of spent way too much time on that one here. Club 5. Oh, excuse me again. I have not tried the new DJI FPV system. Got a few K in stock, all different brand lipos. Tracks this one flawlessly. Yeah, Jason Sexton. If you use the batteries correctly, if you don't run them all the way to cut off every single time, if you notice a little bit of a drop, cut off, change it and all that, you can really make a battery last a lot longer, a lot more charge cycles. If you're taking a battery all the way down every single time, you're just really shortening the life of the battery. That's my opinion on that. I'm not a battery pro. What steering servo would you recommend for an X-Maxx? If you get the adapter, most of the guys around here like the raw 500 in there. I run on the 2085X in this one, and the orange one still has the stock servo. Seem to be doing okay for me. Seems my hobby shops near me are more busy now since COVID. Guess hobby is growing. What do you think, Maneuver? When COVID first hit and everybody started getting that money, hobby shops were lined up out the door, at least the ones locally. Couldn't hardly get into them. And then when you did get in, they didn't have what you need because they already sold it. So it seems like when people had more time on their hands to sit around the house, started getting the checks, well, going to go spend it. Holmes Hobbies is a go-to servo. I do like the SHV 800. Maybe a servo review comparison. That may happen. That may happen, Douglas. Not to mention quality control and inspection. I'm assuming you're referring to the servos. You're right. Send It RC has a new 1/5 servo coming out. Haven't seen that. What's your thoughts on the Three Brothers Overlander winch? I hear great things, but I've never had one. So I haven't actually been able to put it through the test and max it out back here at the Exoplex or anything like that. So, but I hear good things. I don't know what a KST servo is. Lax 2D Twister Extreme. The Twister Extreme servos? Man, I think I've got a couple in there. They were, well, barely a servo. I'm not impressed with those. I think there's still one in my Carbon Assault, but it's just for shifting the transmission. What's your favorite shock to run on your crawlers and why? Usually, I run the stock shocks with the stock coils and stock springs, unless I'm building something specific. And usually, it's still a stock shocks. I may adjust springs and stuff at times on those, especially on Spectrum stuff. And there's a lot of Spectrum stuff. LVC is set way too low. Going by what Guy on the Moose just mentioned, if you're running something like 8S, you need to set your LVC up higher. If you have one battery that's draining down a little bit more than what the other one is, it'll pull that battery way down until it reaches that preset. And I did something similar on that with my SEX6 right there in the drive that I did with Steady Spin. One battery was powering the 4S servo separately, and that battery was down 0.05 volts, or maybe 0.2 volts, something like that. But the battery that was powering the servo was absolutely lower than the battery not powering the servo, because the servo pulls power, right? So kind of something I'm trying to work on with the servo manufacturer to correct that issue. Of course, you could also run a separate battery for the servo as well. When do you think the 2022 X-Maxx might come out? I honestly have no idea, but I would probably say maybe June. Maybe. They might try to time something with the release and, when things start thawing out. Maybe. But I just don't know what Traxxas's plans are. Thank you, David Zabo, for watching on the videos, buddy. RCD, yep, taking care of batteries is very important. Absolutely. Set the cutoff voltage high. Swap them early. Absolutely. Running them low over and over again. RC Daily, preach it, buddy. You got it right there. 100%. Have a good luck with Power Hobby servos and batteries. Power Hobby 729 is insane. I've been told the 729 is their version of the Raw 500. So I haven't had the 729 yet, but that may happen. But I have been told that is their version of the 500. Did you use one front and one rear axle on Thor or two rears? I used the front and the rear. The rear is the mirrored rear steer axle housing. And those are only available, to the best of my knowledge, from Vidavon. He's the only one that makes that, as in like correctly. JMHT, Guru, where's Guru? Oh, there he is, right there, Guru Rusty. What's up, what's rapping RC fam? Hey, buddy, all right, there we go. New model Twister Extreme, okay. Maybe you get the new ones, because when I got mine, they came on the, when the Carbon Assault came out. So yours might be a newer version. I've been in Santa Barbara, taking the crawlers, lots of rocks, very nice. Hey, buddy, Guru. Nick Stagg, you're going to get the Max 2.0. I am not planning to get the Max 2.0. What I am planning to do, once the 2.0 sales die off and get the more normal standards, I'm expecting a conversion to convert the old 1.0s like I have, which I've got all kinds of Vidavon, all kinds of mods on that thing. I'm expecting the chassis, drive shaft. They'll probably come with the wide kit and all that, which I've already got all that. Yes, it's right up there. Does Axial sell the grease? Snot they use in the SCX6. Buddy, I like that stuff too. There's a lot of guys that don't like it, and they say it's not waterproof and all that. Well, it sticks to the gears really good. You will notice a little bit of seepage because it's almost a fluid. It flows real good, and that's what I like. I have not actually looked for the axial snot though. Yep. Everyone hit that thumbs up. Yeah, buddy, big thumbs up. We got 91. Woo, up to 101 viewers. Heck yeah, guys. RC Daily. I have some of the cheapest Amazon eBay batteries, and I've had them for a few years. So do I. They're still going strong. I just bought some 850 milliamp packs for the STH build. That's a good size pack. I run a lot of times in my videos. I run these right here. These right here, they're like $40, 5,000 milliamp Turniges. So I've got these right here. They take a beating. I've actually run these in the DBXLE, but the thing about the DBXLE, it pulls so many amps, so much that it'll actually pull these down. Because I had the RC6GS hooked up, and you could actually read the batteries to the telemetry. It was pulling these things down so hard, it was at the 3S voltage cutoff. I was getting alarms on the transmitter. It was pulling so hard on these batteries. They were going to 3S cutoff. That's not good. Now I've got, I've got batteries galore. Golly, I got batteries. But yeah, RC Daily's got it. What's a good 2.2 tire in your opinion by just someone? Depends on what you're doing. If you're going to crawl, I really like that Proline trencher. If you're going to bash and bust hills, man, they OT6 USD, great tire for that. Well, buddy, would you most likely see release something on something like a TRX4 or SCX-10.3? The only company out there that really has Toyota stuff is RC four-wheel drive. I like to see some nice scale Lexan versions of like a Toyota 4Runner or the Toyota truck. Maybe even the full-size ones. For the competitions, I'd rather have the skinny ones. Fit better. Turnigy are incredible. Try the heavy duty. Yeah, I've got some of the heavy duty ones, some 3S's. They're in that bin right back there. And they look like crap, but they run good. Big heavy duty wires on them things too. Really put out some amps. Do you get a discount from Vidavon? I am a Vidavon dealer, so yes, I do get a discount. So yeah. How do you clean your RCs after a messy bash? It depends on what it is. Usually, if it's muddy from back there, I typically use a little bit of water from the water hose. Then I take them over to a table and I use Simple Green, and then I air hose them off. I use the Simple Green to try to get the water out of the bolt head so they don't rust up and all that. Usually it seems to work. However, you keep doing that, it's going to get into your bearings. I don't care if they're rubber sealed or not. Water gets into everything. And maintenance on these machines, because that's basically all they are, radio controlled machines. And they require working on things all the time. What are your thoughts on the Ecto RC Addict? Ecto, fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal starter RC, especially for somebody that's more adult and can drive one, is willing to drive it correctly and learn how to drive it right. For the younger generation, TRX4 is the way to go because they're virtually indestructible in many ways. Yes, sir. Has any company contact you in regards to your modifications on their vehicles? New Yorkin 420. Although my name is not on these products, there is probably over 40 products on the market right now that I had my hands in, that I tested and helped develop, adjusted, put things on, made things happen. About that, my most awesome achievement is that you can go and build from Spare Time Hobbies an Optimus 3. So you buy the chassis, you get the Optimus 3 bundle, all that. That's phenomenal. That's the closest thing I've got to my own vehicle. And yes, I've thought about trying to make an Optimus 3 full kit form, get the chassis, the bodies, which I probably leave the bodies out. It's basically just a chassis with the Optimus 3 kit and a capper kit. That's basically all it is. And then your choice of electronics and all that. Late 80s Land Cruiser body. That would be neat. I want like a truck version though. 2.2 US Ticky. What size batteries are allowed for comp crawling? Matt, most of us run 3S. I think there was a couple that run 4S in certain classes, like maybe class 3 or so. But 95% of all of us are 3S trucks. I don't believe there's a limit. Maybe Sorka has a limit on that. I mean, if we had like a 500 kV motor or something, we just run 6S on where I run. That's not a big deal. Got to be geared correctly, motored correctly. Gary Mitchell, will Vidavon make element parts? I have not seen or heard anything about element coming out of Vidavon. End of the week, where's the revolver? Micro X today. Awesome. Thank you, RC Daily. I can't, when it comes to the affiliates, I can just see amounts, but I can't see who buys what. I can't see what is bought. I wish I could see what was bought, and it might be somewhere down in there, you know, but you really got to dig for that. And I like to actually see the data on that, but usually it's just this much was bought and this is your affiliate and all that. So, hello, Jesse's RC. Just wanted to say you're doing a great job. Thank you, Jesse. ProTech makes a product to spray on before the bash session to help it remove. Yeah, also Cal RC has some spray as well to help out with those. Can the Ecto keep up with SV2? The Ecto absolutely can keep up with SV2 until it comes to a point where dig is useful. At that point, SV2 is a level up, put it that way. As JMH says, yes. But when it comes to the needing dig to make a cut, that's when things change. What oil grease do you use for bearings? By Daniel Rotech. Anything slick. I use all kinds of different stuff, man. Can you please post your email? Yes, I sure can. Exocaged RC at yahoo.com. There you go. There we go. There's my email. All right. RC Upgrade, welcome. David, I'm sorry I couldn't watch more. Was on my lunch break. Back to work. Yeah, buddy. I know the feeling. Had to go back to work today, too. If you'd offered all the parts in stock to build the Optimus 3, I'd buy one. I love that truck. Gets the inspiration. If you've got the STH chassis, it's just a capper kit. That's all it is. It's a Capra and a chassis. And then your choice of body. It's a really good setup, man. Really good setup. When is the shirt build going to start? And are you going to show progress? No free rides. Yes, I am going to show this. I was messing with it a little bit before going live here. And what I was messing with is this motor right here. This gearbox is locked up, so I got to get into that. This one over here is loose, but everything works on that. It had a pretty good tumble to it. So I guess once I get this motor assembly operating, then we'll see what we can do with it. Hopefully the gears are good in the box. I hope. Does MTSC make anything for Armor 3S line? Not that I know of. You're welcome, Jesse. The Tank RC, Earl Moorhead's back. Hey, buddy. And I want to give a huge thanks to Burn Peak for the shirt. And Steady Spin. Got their sticker too. Aha. So get that put up somewhere. Tried to put it right there, but it wouldn't stick. Need to do some, I guess, alcohol cleaning or something on it to make it stick. RC Nurse is here. Hey, buddy. Torture RC. Hey, man. All right. So looks like I'm maybe caught up for right now. Keith Cersei asked, any plans to run that Jeep on 12S? Talking about the SCX6. No, sir. Favorite rock tire, foam, or inner tire support currently the most underrated tire out there? I would have to go with exactly what I've got on the Ecto right there. That would be the Three Brothers RC, 2-stage anti-foams, and the Proline trenchers. And right next to that, I mean, even would be the J Concepts Tusk tires. Equally awesome. Would you adopt a 54-year-old truck driver with an RC addiction? Sorry, buddy. I met Seth Bikes Hacks years ago in Ocala. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to meet him soon. Yeah, SCX6. Yeah, I won't be riding mine. What wheels are on the Ecto by Gary? Cheap tires, cheap wheels off of Amazon. I think they're about $40. I was looking for yellow, a little bit more of a gold than anything like that. Radio Control Soul asked, what other hobbies do you have? My other hobby is one that I don't get to do enough of, and that's called sleep. Let me see. Okay. Donnie Hunter, what is your favorite old school crawler model? Probably at this point, the old SCX. The old ones, you know? Let's see. All right, looking good. Looking good. Are you planning on putting some clay on the track? This is by Bappa's RC Adventures. I'm not really planning for clay. The reason is everything is on an angle, and unless I somehow manage to level the property back there, build up container walls and all that, clay would be a disaster. Florida, we get a lot of rain. Clay would be a hard thing to keep on my property. What year did you get your first RC vehicle? I was about 10, so maybe 84. Boy named Zone. What do you do for a living? I'm a mechanic. All right, here we go. Set clean. I'm still showing love to the 10.2 builders kit. The 10.2 builders kit is phenomenal. SV1 and SV2 are both builders kits. Oh, man. You know, I want to set this thing up maybe in a different room or something to where I can get this here with more of the backdrop to where I can actually work on stuff. I think that would be nice to see. Just simple stuff. I don't need that. too late at night for that. Might need to 6S the Rift. Whew. Never even considered 6S on mine. 4S is plenty for me. Burn Peak is awesome. Yes, he is. I watched some of his videos, man, and he makes this fat guy want to go get a bike. I mean, it's been a long time since I rode a pedal bike or a bike of anything. RC upgrade. Hey, buddy, welcome. New member. Nice. Thank you. All right. All right, so what we got here on questions? All right, so I guess I'll show something since we seem to be caught up. Everybody's asked out of questions. You guys are empty? I know, John, you have a mountain bike. I know. You'll probably loan it to me, wouldn't you? Just so you can video me busting my big butt up against a tree or something, huh? Yeah. Here goes Exocaged riding a bike. Boom. To the hospital I go. I was just going to say 8 at night. Yeah. It was just a sip. It was just a sip. I've been drinking this right here. I don't need any more NOS because I do got to get some sleep for too long here. What kind of mechanic are you? General plant maintenance mechanic, forklifts and pallet jacks, air handlers, sometimes elevators, simple things like that. Earl asked a question on my X-Maxx. Oh, okay, that's right here. What was the gear issue with the X-Maxx? Did you fix it? I'm assuming you're talking about the loudness. I believe the shaft at the GPM mount was bent. So I couldn't get a proper gear mesh on that. I actually went back to the Cush drive with the stock shaft on that, and it quieted it right down. But now that you mentioned that, I'll show you something I got for it. Let's see here. I went and did a little bit of recording with that one today. I have got, whoops, make a mess. I know everybody wants mod 1.5 gears for the X-Maxx, and they're kind of hard to get through WFO. Have you guys seen the Vidavon mod 1.5s? Look at that. It's a little bearing support right there. So the way that works is, now this obviously isn't the right gear, but it goes on, it locks into a little pin right there. And then that snout goes into that. That fits into the pocket for the X-Maxx. So that kind of supports the shaft on both sides. So you have your two bearings right here, and then the one right here. So and it'll be mod 1.5. Let me find that other spur gear. Hang on. No, it's over here somewhere. I don't want to lose any of my pins. Show you guys how this goes together real quick. All right, so you got the pin that goes in right here. Just like that. Spur gear right there goes into this. And then you have this piece right here, which goes into the pocket just like that. Hopefully you guys can see how that works. Now, he does include some shims that go right here to make sure you keep the gear all the way on the pin. So that should support this all the way out at the end, along with the two bearings right here, which hopefully will keep the deflection from happening. I think a lot of it, I think, yeah, steady spin. You made it. That is a good shirt, isn't it? I think some of the noise that we get from these X-Maxxes, especially when we start raining, really getting on them, is the flex of this, just, kind of flexing. So Vidavon uses good 45 grade steel, hardened, all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting these into my X-Maxx. That should be pretty darn awesome right there. So I know when I take them and I roll them like this, I'm not holding them perfectly straight. They sound quiet in my hands. Hopefully they'll be quiet in the truck. That would be nice to have a quiet set of Mod 1.5s, huh? So, and yes, I have two sets. One set will go into the yellow X-Maxx, and it has an 1100 kV motor. So this ratio of 25-30 is going to be pushing it a little bit. So, yeah. Now, if you have an 800 kV, it will be perfect. But I'm going to try to push that 1100 kV a little bit rough, a little bit harder. All right, let's see here. Let's get everybody. Do you have plans for Primal RC? That's by RC Nurse. I want one. I really do. I think before I get that, I need a proper place to store it because it's not driving up my stairs. It's about 80 pounds, and it's not going to fit in my room. The wife would come home and see this gigantic thing in the living room, and she probably wouldn't be happy, especially considering I'd probably have to take a rope and drive it. Or, yeah, I don't want to drive it inside. It's gas. But, yeah. Anyway, all right, so more. What was the gear issue with the X-Maxx? Where did the name Exocaged come from? That came from my off-roading days in real life. Had a Ford truck that was Exocaged, so that's kind of where that came from. I'm going to find a picture of it for you. Scroll way back in my pictures here. Oh, can't show you that. Yeah, not showing that one either. Nope. Whoa. How's that for an old picture, huh? This was even colored. And no, it was legit, like natural coloring. I don't color my hair. But this is the truck I built years ago. It's got an Exocaged on it. So that's how my Exocaged name started. Oh, look at that. Woohoo, everything's up there. So that was the truck I built, and Exocaged was obviously very available. Oh, man, we got us a chat. Super chat here. Oh, steady spin. Bang, $5. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, man, I've already showed the Sherpa a little bit. Gonna be a project. One of the gearboxes is kind of locked up, so I got to tear into that, and we'll get this thing taken care of. Hopefully get that series started soon. Thank you for that, Steady. Kevin. Perfect Venovom part numbers will be coming in soon in a video, I'm sure. Yep, I'll list everything. You guys know I'll list everything down in the description and all that. Got to be able to jump into the window. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna get one of the little storage units and put in the back and get some of the stuff out of here to make some room. You know, take up too much as it is. I don't know what the deal is with Victor Montgomery. I'm assuming he asked a question and I did not get it. Do not see it. Scrolling up. It must have been during one of the blips. Oh well, buddy. Saga Cruise, Sage Cruise. Hey man. OT to the B. Have you tried any of the chassis from Corrupt Carbon? I have not. I have not seen. I've not messed with those yet. 6S on the Max. I have not done 6S on the Max yet. Mo's Garage. Got some Duratrax munitions for my SMT. Those are the kind of foamy soft ones, right? I think I saw some of those at the local shop. They look pretty darn awesome, but I just don't run SMTs very much. Will Venovom make Armor 3S parts? I don't think he's got anything for the 3S. I think it's the 6S stuff and up. RC Addict, do you suggest the XL2 with the 1100 kV motor in the X-Maxx? I love that combo in there. I really do. Endo's RC, that will be a cool here. Okay. RC Addict, great question. Yep. Oh man, Tim Clark putting it down. Looking forward to the shirt. I'm going to show you guys because I have been messing with it. Trying to get things ready to get the video series started. And I've got to get this gearbox unlocked. Not sure what it is. I'm working on trying to get it out. These things come pretty well sealed up. So I'm kind of digging out some of the seal of that around the piece up front here, trying to get to the motor bolt so I can get to the gears in here. So working on that. All the other three are operational, so I got some more work to do. Got to at least have it where I can show you guys what I find or whatever. When I do get this thing running again, I'm probably going to up the electronics package in it. So Tim Clark, oh, RC Daily. Oh man, everybody wants to see the shirt, man. Yeah, Seth hooked me up on this Burn Peak. I mean, it turns on and it tries to drive. It's just that one gearbox doesn't want to do anything, and I'm still trying to dig at it. So, but when I get this thing going, it would take 4 ESCs to put brushless in this thing, because the way the brushless works, you got to have it, you know, each ESC has to have its own motor, or each motor has to have its own ESC. You can't just, you know, branch them off like what you can with brushed. And these motors are by Speedway. So, I mean, they got end bells on them and all that. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Chances are the motor's probably fine in this. And you got to find out what's locking that gearbox up and get that thing freed. So I am working on getting that apart. So, but man, show you guys. These tires are awesome. And oh, the wheels actually are 2-piece, which means they come apart. I blew my hair up. All right, so you know what that means, right? That means I could take the wheels loose. Okay, picture this right here. Take the wheels loose, put these in the freezer. The air will contract with the cold air, and then I seal them up, leave them in the freezer. When I take them out, they'll kind of expand and get a little bit more. Yeah, and also what I was looking at, the way this thing is set up with each motor, each wheel, you could get a little bit creative and actually build something brand new out of these drive lines. Kind of thinking about that. But first, we got to get the Sherp up and running. I got to get this thing driving. I do know that it's got a nice balance to it. So when the guy built it in Russia, he built it knowing what he was doing to keep that balance down low, you know, so the thing is more planted and all that. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. It's got some nice aluminum and all that on the frame and all that. So it's looking pretty darn good. So yeah, I'll get this gearbox figured out too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I found some of the stickers. Hang on. Oh, let's see. What did it go? Sure. If there's anyone here that can get it going, it's definitely you, RC Daily. I'm going to get this thing going. If there's something actually broken in that gearbox, I'm going to try to get with the guy in Russia and get the parts ordered so I can actually get this thing going if I need to. Now, some more Burn Peak stickers. Ha-ha! So, heck yeah. Let me check something here. All right. Sorry. Check emails. Got a couple from you guys. I'll check them right after the stream is over and all that and get back to you on that. RC Outlaws. Got 15 minutes, buddy. I live with winter, and every time I take it out, -24, the tire suck up. Yes, it absorbs. And these don't have a foam in them, so I don't know that there's many options for you, but well, why would you be driving a Sherp in -24? You would have to take these tires apart and let them climatize to the outside air at -24. And then there's 3 screws that hold these things together. Once you glue the wheels together and you get them sealed up, um, it would be, you'd have to leave them outside, because if you bring them inside and it warms up to 70 degrees, they're going to expand a lot. That's a huge difference in air pressure, volume, and all that. Is the G-Speed chassis ordered for the SCX6 yet by Zachary? No, sir, it is not. Last I saw it, he was working on it, but he posted a picture. Does he actually have the whole kit available yet? If he does, I may want to take a look at that. RC Outlaw by RC Daily. I don't know that. It's possible they may hold up. I mean, they got a pretty good bit of feel on them. They may actually hold up like that. They might, but I would probably like vent the wheel, and then when summer comes back around, you can just take you some E6000 and seal the hole up. I'd go with something like that. What's left over? You should be wrenching on it while you're talking to us, man. If I'm wrenching on this, then that's going to take all my attention, like all of it, and I'll look up for, just a little bit here and there, but I'll miss all you guys' comments and questions. But I do want to set this up to where I do have a table within view, so I can mess with stuff, I would like to do some projects. I wonder if you can get an app to put on your computer where it reads all the questions to you. Be interesting. Still waiting for the decals. RC Outlaws. Send me another email, RC Outlaws. If you're still waiting for the decals, I should have already put those in the mail. But send me another email with your address to refresh me on your address and all that. Not yet in the works. Okay, gotcha. But you hope a hole. Second USB camera will allow a second view. John Marshall Higgins here. A second USB camera will allow you to a second view. And I can put that on the screen. Maybe I need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. Now, John on his channel, he does lives all the time, and he's got like people lined up all the way across, man. It's really awesome to watch that. So, I mean, they're just chit-chatting about everything, RC. It's really awesome. Tough. What links did you use on Thor? The top links are kind of a mix of what I had in the bin. I've got a bin with a whole bunch of different links and ends and all that stuff. The lower arms are the Vidavon Rift arms for the rear. I use those front and back. So it's got a leading edge or leading arm front and a trailing arm rear. Okay, apparently I did send them. Just hasn't got them yet. Tom, and so you're saying y'all all can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. That's about my limit, Tom. Sometimes I'll rip one, but anyway. Who building a Sherpa to Kutarak? That would be me. I've got this from Burn Peak, and I'm going through it. Got to do some work. This gearbox is locked up, so I got to get into that and see what's the issue is with that. But I'm gonna do a full build up on this thing, get it all taken care of, and this thing should be awesome when I get it done. So that is Tukaturak. JMHRC, yes. Okay, I guess I'll have to try that. Let's see what I can do. All right, John, I will get with you and get some details on that to see if I can do that, because that would be awesome if like the screen was actually something working on something like this, and then got my big ugly head up in the corner or something like that. So that would be wonderful. Did you see a thumbnail of Kevin Talbot broke his X-Maxx in half? I did not, but I do not doubt that. That guy, that guy is relentless. I wonder if he'll drive his real monster truck the way he drives RCs. We'll find out soon enough, I hope, man. I can't wait to see that thing run. Real happy for him, man. Building his dream like that, that's awesome. That is just awesome. What's the weight on the DBXLE now? I want to say it's just over 40 pounds. I think so. It's enough to break both your legs, keep driving, and laugh at you at the same time. Hey, Joe, them motors and the shirt, a 550 can. They say a 540, 55 turn. So I get to these motors and all that. If there's enough room, which honestly, I don't know that there's enough room in the chassis to allow a 550 because of the end bells and all that. But when I get the bottom plate and all off of it, we'll see. It's got to go. It might be just enough to get a 550 in there. Honestly, I don't know yet. I will know before too long, though. Absolutely. Duper Bash broke his X-Maxx in half. Man, I've had some pretty nasty crashes on mine, and I have not broke one in half. I've bent the shaft. I've done all kinds of breaking on everything. RC Outlaws asks, what are you running in your bomber, and what is the weight on your ultralight? My ultralights are actually kind of fat and heavy as compared to a lot of what some of these guys are running. Some of these guys are in the very low 3s, and mine are in the low 4s. Most of that is coming from the wheels and tires that I've been running lately. I think SV2, if you take the dig out of it, you take the brass knuckles off of it, I think it's in the low 3s, but it runs so good with the weight that it's at right now at about, see, with those wheels and tires. Oh, yeah. Let me show you guys that one. I run these for a video, and these things are amazing, except they are not exactly legal, not even for us. The J Concepts, what the heck are these things? I should know the name of these. The J Concepts Ruptures. I'm going to tell you guys, took these things right out of the package here. Yeah, I need to set my camera up a little bit better. Put these things on that concrete ramp. It went all the way to the top and didn't even spin a tire. Yeah. Then I drove around, got the rest of the footage, came back after driving all of that on the ground, the grass, all that, still made it to the top. So, and that concrete ramp is only at 62 degrees at the top. And it is concrete, but it's a very smooth concrete. It's not just as easy as, you know, what you guys think. It's not coarse like the rest of the course, you know, with all the little edges and all that to bite it. No, it's slick. There we go. What are you? Down it. He's brutal. Amazing dream, yes. Tumble Wumbo, and I hope he does drive it that hard. RC Daily, if he drives that real monster that hard, I want to see it. I hope he is strapped in. He's got the Hans device in. Hope he's got everything to protect him, because if we were strapped in our X-Maxes, we would not be alive to talk right now. Man. All right, so John, I think you can do 550 in them. At least that's what I was planning and waiting on. Okay. Never stock RC are servos rebranded AGFRC. They are made by AGFRC. However, they are made to different specs. I could get with AGFRC and rebrand and build the specs and have my own servo. I could actually have my own servo, Exo servo, whatever. I could totally do that, and they would build it to the specs. The specs are the internals. Do you want the high-end board? Do you want the high-end gears, pins, the pin size, all that stuff? You can choose all that from what I understand, and that way you can build the servo to your specs, and that affects your price, your bottom line versus you have to look at what keeps you in business, what pays your bills, and all that. So there's a lot more to it than just rebranding a servo with a sticker or something. There's a lot to this. Let's see. Anyone ever been taken out by an X-Maxx? I know somebody. John, you know him too. It was awesome. I'm glad he's okay though. He kind of went whoop, right on down. I hear Sam outside. If I let him in here, he'll be right here. And I will not be able to get rid of him. Very much for the weights. Yes, sir. I took out Seth's X-Maxx with big text. Yeah, you were telling me that, man. Did you get any of that on video? Did you video any of that? That would be awesome to see, man. And the SCX6 is becoming a legend when it comes to brutality. Yeah. The 2085 for my X-Maxx or my Max. Yep. It's the same servo. What major difference does SV2 have from a stock SCX102 builder's kit? It's got like a $16 carbon chassis, and it has a 3-gear, not the transmission that comes in it, but a lighter 3-gear with a Vanquish dig unit on it. It's a very light, 4.1 pounds with the with a Punk's Custom 3D wheels on it. Right now it's at about 4.9, 4.8 pounds right now with the heavy wheels and tires that I just showed. Those ruptures don't seem to be much different than any other tire. The tread pattern is not a scale appearing tread pattern. It doesn't appear to be scale, and that's the biggest issue. The overall diameter, heck, I can't show it to you right now, but it's also like 4.9 inch. When you put it next to like the Tusk tires, or you put it next to like the Proline Crawler, it's about this much taller. So it's got a little bit of height to it. So it would definitely be a class 3 if it was legal. So it wouldn't fall within the 4.75, at least not physically. It may be spec'd at 4.75. I don't know. But let me see. He brought it up today. Can you get Vidavon products besides on eBay, Joe? Yes, never stock RC. I am a dealer. Right now, I've got a pretty good stock of Rift stuff. I've got axle housings for SCX6. Got a few other parts for SCX6. I got a few things for the LMT, but I got 2 guys laying claim to it. First one to get me the cash to get shipped out tomorrow. So SCX6 on 8S maybe, but who can't move out of the way of a stock SCX6? Stock SCX6 has enough movement, especially in second gear, to put you on the ground. So it can do it. John, glad you joined for real, man. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Does Sam Hunt when outside? Not usually. He's just kind of laying around, and I don't know where he goes. I need to put a GPS on him and track him. But he has actually brought up like critters. Yeah. But I don't think he does a lot of hunting. I mean, he's got food everywhere. Okay, we are at the 2-hour mark. We're going to go ahead and let this go into overtime for just a few more minutes. When I was a kid, I got run over by a Traxxas T-Max 15. That hurt. Yeah, X-Maxx will put you on the ground too. And a T-Max. X-Maxx took out my son last year at the X-Maxx bash. Yeah, I did get it on video, but I did not post that to YouTube because, well, you don't exactly want this. You know, it's one of those things. Never Stock RC. Let me see. All right, he posted. How do I get a hold of you? Email me. Leo Conrad, do you stock rims as well? Yes, I have some 2.6 bead locks. I have some 2.2 bead locks, and I have some. I have one set of the new 1.9 bead locks from Vitavon in stock. We all have this as a bunch. Thank you. What did you get for Christmas? I got some gift cards. I got some shirts, work shirts with a pocket. I like to hang my shirt there, and then it drags down and sits on top of my gut while I'm walking around. So yeah, coming to Canada will pay half the flight. I would love to get into some of that stuff. I'll post up my email address again. If I have it in stock, it typically goes out the next business day. So there we go. Ooh, are you the? Well, buddy, I was just trying to sell your beadlocks, RC Daily. Got them in there. You guys want to see them? Give me just a second. I'll go grab the 1.9 beadlocks, but apparently those are taken care of. Now, Lee Conrad, do you have merch? Yes, if you look underneath the videos, I've got a Teesprings account. I've got shirts and all kinds of stuff. So I've got all that. Ask Steady Spin to drive your RCs at Burn Peaks Bike Park. Buddy, I want to go to his park. I want to go see that park. I've watched his videos of building this stuff. It's amazing. The only problem is I want to borrow a bike and I'll total that bike. I'll probably take a jump thinking I'm a teenager and find out real quick I'm not. Any surprises coming to us soon? Yes. There is a huge surprise coming for the SCX6, but I can't say anything other than stay tuned. A lot of guys have been asking for this, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to take just a few minutes, and I'm going to go grab these beadlock wheels that I have, and I'll be right back. Give me about 2 minutes. Sam's Claw is also under the door. Come on, buddy. What do you want? 2 minutes. Come on. Okay, maybe less than 2 minutes. All right, Sam is taken care of. Gotta take care of kitty cat. All right, so picked up my beadlock wheels. I have these for the Yeah, I've done that from GoDaddy before. I have these. These are the 2.2 with silver rings. Blue, beautiful wheels for there. Those are 2.2 for the Rift. Where did you get the 10.2 carbon chassis rails? I got them on Amazon. About $16, depending on what time of the year. Now, these are the same wheels, only all silver. Okay. So those are what I have in stock, Rift stuff. These are the 1.9s, RC Daily. Are these the ones you're after, or you want some different ones? So got those. And the 2.6. Hey, Kurt. These are the 2.6. I'm kind of leaving these in the plastic, because nobody wants to get wheels in the mail, and they've been opened up and slobbered all over. But 2.6 for those, and 2.6 these. These fit the J Concepts Fling Kings and the Proline Black Mamas. Those are the wheels I have in stock, since a few of you guys were asking about that. Let's see, Chris RC, I'm ready. Can't keep ends on them. Build on different bodies for SCX6, Mark Christ. The only thing that I know about new bodies for the SCX6 is that it's possible we might be getting a two-piece truck style body for it. The body is such a large pull, as it's called, of Lexan that it's just kind of one of those things that it takes a lot to do. So they're working on that. And Victor Montgomery, another hidden comment. This guy just seems to not be happy tonight at all. So, but anyway, yeah, go about the Rift links. Sorry, bud. Yeah. Hopefully, Proline or J Concepts. Yeah, the J Concepts was the one I was referring to. And I mentioned the two-piece truck body, maybe with like a gap, like what a real truck has, so it can move a little bit. And they said that might be something they can do. So that would be kind of nice to see, in all honesty. Black rings are the one. RC Daily. Now the black rings are the only ones that I have in 1.9. So you're at 45 rigs. It's a total of about 50. I recorded, I think it was number 49 today when I got home. Let me see, 46 was a DB Exolive, 47. I'm not sure what 47 was. I have to take a look at that one. Wow, Victor is just really mad. I should totally put that up too. Thanks for the reply. Never started. Okay. If you got to ignore, I'm not ignoring you, Victor. It's just your posts are a bit vulgar, and it's automatically giving me the option to show or hide. So clean up your comments, and we'll actually see what you got. Come on, guys, let's get along. Seriously, please. I agree. He's just having a bad night, I guess. Do cars get sent to you by other brands? I don't get cars like that. No. Every now and then I'll get to borrow one from Sean Larman. He'll loan me one that I can actually do a video on or something. I've been loaned vehicles from the local hobby shop, RC Outlet, Florida RC Outlet. So been able to get some of those as well. So yeah, skinny wheels. Yeah, that would be the 2.6. So they are kind of skinny, but they're still a bit wider than the crush locks. some of these. Are you guys able to see his comments? I mean, I'm not approving them. Yes, sir, Joe G, and I'm picky. Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. If you would have answered my questions in the first place, buddy, you got to understand sometimes these things move on the side. You got all the comments and all that. It jumps. I don't get to everybody's question. Sometimes everybody throws up the questions and things just jump and I miss it. You jumped my question before and below me. Okay, Victor, ask that question again. What have you got, dude? Let's see if we can get this taken care of. All right, Victor is. Someone is me. Could I loan you one of mine to bash? Buddy, the shipping both ways would just be insane. It's really, really insane. All right. I'll help. What's up? Oh, you're mad. I have nothing to get pissed about. Yeah. I haven't tried those yet. Can't wait to see all your videos. Tons of videos. For above and below people you answered. Just one of them. Okay, one of your questions I was looking at and the screen jumped. I lost your question. That's what happened. And when I lost your question, I couldn't scroll up. I didn't see it. So I just had to take off and go while everything was coming out. It's nothing personal, buddy. Keep up the cool videos. Why don't you have a primal RC? Nicholas, buddy, I want one, but I have no place to properly store that thing. And then you get this thing for $3,000 or about $3,000. Then I'll want the 4-wheel steering on it. That's another, what, 600 or so. And then you look at, I'm going to want to electric convert this thing so it can stand up and do a wheelie and rip the donuts and all that. So I'm looking at, what is that, about another $2,000 in ESC and motor, because I believe it's got a Lenner motor, and maybe an MGM controller and all that. So heck, it would be probably $6,000 vehicle by the time I'm done with it. So not quite there yet. I got better things to do with $6,000. Yeah, I might have to order from your local hobby shop. I really wish Florida RC Outlet had a shipping department, but you can get through Sean Lerman of Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. Yep, never stock. I'm waiting to see that question pop up again, whatever it was I was supposed to answer. All right, let's see. Yep, we are 13 minutes in overtime. I would do a roller. I would like to see a roller as well, Earl. But in all honesty, the last time I sent them a message, it was all or nothing. The roller just wasn't available. That was about a year ago. Maybe they've changed since then, but it was just all or nothing. So, and I was really close to being ready, just throwing it on the credit card, you know. No, big head. I cannot imagine hitting myself with a Raminator. If I did, and I was recording, you guys will probably see sky dirt really, really fast. And hopefully I'd be laughing at the end of it, right? Acknowledge him, or is that him? Yeah, nasty trucker, yep. Johnny Wickham, trust me. Same. What is your favorite RC you have ever driven? By RT Life. That is heck, buddy, I have no idea. X-Maxx is awesome. Hopefully the Raminator jumps at UST again. Yes. There's Victor's right there. Hold on. I asked if you'd had seen the Club 5 high clearance suspension and steering links for the TRX4? Actually, I have not. The last thing I looked at for the Club 5 was the servo mount for the SEX 10.2. And I know they had that center mount servo for the Red Cat or Moorhead. I'll get to you in just a minute. Thank you. They have the center mount for the Red Cat Gen 8 that I really didn't care for. It really didn't fix anything. So that's why you never saw it. Thanks for answering as many comments as you can. But thank you, Earl Moorhead. I appreciate it. I need to start a channel. Never stock. Buddy, let me tell you, when you start doing daily videos, plus it's a second full-time job. I'm telling you. Jackson Rocco. Do you have the rear aluminum brace and hot racing mod? For which vehicle? Never stock. Oh, John. Okay. Thanks for the overtime. Yeah, buddy. I'm just seeing you as live. Well, Johnny, you're here for the overtime. We're going to run it one more 15 minutes to the 9:30. At that point, I got to get on my video set up for tomorrow and get ready to go to sleep because work starts at about 5:10 when I got to wake up. Yeah. And sometimes I can take an hour to an hour and a half setting up videos due to the links and all that I put down below. So I really got to dig at those. Do you have the Vidavon gears for the X-Maxx in stock? I do have a set, Octavio. You either email me, maybe you contact me by Messenger, maybe. I think it says Epic Earl and Joe G go live. Yeah. Later, Peter. Thank you. 5:10 a.m. is my wake up time. That's my first alarm. Then I have a 5:15, then a 5:20, and a 5:25, and a 5:30. At 5:30, I'm actually out of bed most of the time. I hate it when I wait till the 5:45 alarm. That's like my last. That's the last alarm. Either get your butt up or you got to call in. Dude, when do you sleep? A little bit. A little bit. Matt Harris, what do you use for editing? iPhone, iMovie. Hey, where is Jack's Extreme located? Okay. Let's see here. Show you guys something real quick. That's on my editor right now. Yeah. It's all done with the iPhone. One day I'll update and actually get everything more professional around here. That'll be nice. 8 a.m. start, man. 8 a.m. is like sleeping late. Ghost Rider, buddy, getting up early. That sucks. Just enough left. Thanks for doing it, Lazar. Enjoy them. I enjoy answering these things, man. It's kind of awesome getting all these questions. There is Octavio. I thought I recognized you as a messenger on the Instagram. All right, I'll get back to you real soon. Right about 10-15 minutes, I'll be able to get back to you and we can get these taken care of for you. What is your take on the Proline Hyrax? The Proline Hyrax for me is okay. I haven't been impressed with them enough to buy a set. I've had a set and I sold them off. So I like the crawlers a lot better and they're almost the same thing, just about. So RC upgrade. Jason Shawaga. Anything big coming early for January? Hopefully I get this figured out and we get to do some short driving. Because I'd like to put a camera inside of this thing. Wouldn't that be awesome? Get this thing running where I know it's going to be good. I'll put it across that lake. Might put some foams in there too, just to make sure. Get me some little wings so I can float out there and get it if I need to. I float like an island anyway. Okay. Does Vidavon make hardened steel gears for the Arma Kraton 6S? He has not made them for the Arma Kraton 6S yet. I've been trying to get him to make them. The thing about the Kraton 6S's is they've changed them over the years. There's a lot of variations out there, like the EXB that you have is different from the ones that I have in the Mojave. So for him to make all of these different variations is a whole nother program. There's a whole lot more time on the CNC, and Arthur owns his own machines. He has his own shop. He makes everything in-house. He does have people working for him, and I believe they are 18 hours a day, I believe is what they run. Now, China is about to come up on their, I think their Chinese New Year's. So, yeah, we got to take that into account when we order stuff and all that. And that affects everybody, really. I mean, RC, what doesn't come from China, you know? And some of the China stuff is really, really good. Oh boy, looks like a battle for them 1.9 wheels. I work 6 a.m. to 4:30. Yeah, Matt, I know the feeling, buddy. My shift actually starts at 7. Takes about 45 minutes to get there, about an hour to get home. I work till 3:30 to get home, say about 4:30. Right now, I have about an hour and a half of usable daylight to go record, and then I come in, edit, and try to take care of things. I hit snooze. Yes, Hardy David, I get you there. Have you ever thought of getting an RC drag cart? I have, but it's just not really my thing. Never stock RC. Cheers from Ogden, Utah. Looking forward to some Sherpa vids. Me too, buddy. I'm gonna get this thing taken care of. Got a set of Proline flat irons. Are the stock foams good? Depends on the weight of your vehicle, Leo. Bought the AGF RC 78 kgs. Yeah. I've got the Power Hobby 100 kg in the SCX6. Let's just say it did survive the drive. Barely. You guys will see that tomorrow. On your editing, well done. Thank you, RC Outlaws. Do you see Vidavon has the X-Maxx front, upper, and lower bulkhead now? This is Nicholas Hodgson. Yep, I saw it. Yep, that's gonna be a job getting all that in. Just place the Vidavon front and rear bulkhead for the Kraton. Hope to get some purple paint 19s. Man, those bulkheads for the Kraton are beautiful. And I will tell you what, the biggest upgrade you can do for the DBXLE is to get his bulkheads. My DBXLE, when I first was driving this thing, it kept getting clicking in the ring of pinions and all that. And it turned out the pinion was just flexing. That plastic case is not designed for the brushless power. Man, we're almost at 2.5 hours. You guys, man, I could go for probably another 4 hours, but I just ain't got the time. I mean, I could talk till my voice goes away. I've done so much in this hobby. It's amazing. Do a custom grill for a Lexan body shop. Get a 3D printer. I'll make one out of plastic from Nasty Trucker. I would suggest you, if you have CAD skills, make one on 3D. If you have your settings right and you have the orientation right, it can look really good and work out really nice. Yep, RC Daily, there you go. Yes, sir. Has he showed you pictures of his machines, all that stuff? That guy, he works it. And he's designing stuff as fast as they can make it. It's amazing. And they're his designs too. He doesn't farm anything out to anybody. It's all done in-house. That's why sometimes it's hard to get things like the Rift drive shafts on my last order. He didn't have any, you know, because he's trying to work the new vehicles and all this and all that. So yeah, he's that dude. I think he gets less sleep than I do. Yeah, my Tamiya, Florida, not man. Speaking of Tamiya, I'm looking on Amazon. They got that chrome black midnight pumpkin, the 112th. I am so close to buying it. I think it's only like $145 or so. I am so close to clicking the buy now button on that. I don't know why. I've always wanted a midnight pumpkin. Always wanted one, and it's just, yeah. How'd you come up with Exocaged? My old truck had an Exocaged on it, so I just kind of chose the name and stuck with it, and now we have Exocaged RC. Just got Tamiya, Florida. Any Vidavon part? Oh, I missed one. Where did it go? Tom Andrews, Kratos, plastic flexing. Any Vidavon parts for the Limitless? Yeah, his 6S bulkheads for like the Mojave and I think the 6S Creightons, I believe, are direct bolt-in for those for the Limitless. I believe they all use the same parts, unless there's a differential issue or something in there with the different versions. That's what's crazy about Arma. They change things like Ford does for almost no reason. Rather than putting quality gears in the darn differentials, they try to do everything around it and keep putting crap gears in there, so you keep getting broken parts. Great time, Tom. Thank you, buddy. At least once a week. Sean, I am actually planning on doing these every Tuesday. I'm gonna try to get a schedule on that from 7 to 9. Maybe some overtime like what we've got going right now. Never Stock RC. Thank you for dropping in, buddy. I appreciate it. Anthony Klinger, that's great hobby. Lots of fun. Always something to do. Yes, sir. There is. Okay, everything is jumping again. All right, here we go. Hard lines and full send. Buddy, you just made it for the last of the overtime. The pumpkin is two-wheel drive only. Yeah, it's an old design. But the way that thing is set up, at least the way I remember it back from the 1930s, you know, it just rides those back two wheels, so it still gets around really good. I just want to click that buy now button. I probably will. Thank you, John. Catch you later, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks, XO. Where can I find the Vidavon parts? Lyle and Alyssa. If I have it in stock, we can get it taken care of and I'll go out the next business day. Here's my email again. hrc@yahoo.com. So send me an email with what you're after, and if I have it, get you taken care of on that. Take care, sir. Thank you for stopping in, RC Outlaws. RC Arthur is a pure genius. Yeah, and what Arthur does, it's not just crawling. It's not just one part of the hobby. He covers everything, including fifth scale stuff. So I can't imagine how many different parts and pieces that he has. Got to be over 300, maybe 400 different individual parts and pieces. So, yeah, man. Yep. It's okay. The dealer email. It's posted a few times now. Thanks, guys. Comments have stopped. Is that a sign? Is it time that overtime is over? All right. Oh, crap. Hang on. Who's this? Hard lines of full zone. I vision my second Rift crawler tonight. My first Rift crawler. So as I mentioned, build another one. This time I did something special. Sacrificed my Phoenix VFD. Put a Phoenix VFD twin in a Rift? Man, don't give me any ideas, because Thor will end up getting the transmission out of my truck. Oh, man, that's a good idea, though. I kind of like that. I kind of do. Bad ideas. All right, man. Yeah, I gotta get out of here, guys. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this out now. 2.5 hours, hard lines and full send. You're selling me on the idea. There's my thing right there. And if I was to do that, it would go into 4 right up there. Ah, man. All right, guys. I got to close this down. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you all so much. Everybody, including Victor. You stirred the pot. Heck yeah. I like to stir the pot every now and then myself. Anyway, guys, I got to close it out. You guys have been awesome. See you guys tomorrow with a new SCX6 video. I believe I've got another December drywall video as well. Check it out on the Rift. Hardline and full send. Scroll up. Get the my email. Send me an email with a link to that. Yeah, Victor. Sometimes things get jumbled up, man. This whole deal on the side here starts jumping, and then boom, I gotta move on to whatever is there. So A and B author does it. All right, guys. I gotta go. Guys, it's been awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, start a new chant. Let's go, Victor. Oh man. Bye, guys. Y'all have a good one.